Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So I haven't done one of these videos in a while, but this is a continuation of a series of reviews. So I've been reviewing Countdown to Final Crisis all the way from issue 51, and my goal is to get down to issue 1. It's taken me forever, but I'm up to, or down to, issue number 4. So if you want to check out my previous almost 50 reviews in this series, you can check them out with a link in the description box. So this issue, this is a very important issue. I don't know. We'll talk about it. There's good things and bad things about it. But first, the people that worked on it. We have Paul Dini and Sean McKeever are the writers. Keith Giffen is the story consultant. Jamal Igle did the penciling on this issue. So that's actually a really good thing, and I'm going to be talking about his art quite a bit in this issue or this review, as it's one of the strongest things about the comic itself. Let's see, the inks were done by Keith Champagne. The colors are again by Tom Chu, who's done most of the coloring on this series, and he does a really phenomenal job. Just in this issue, I really liked his coloring on Firestorm and Forager too. I think he's just really good with kind of putting the shine on characters that have that sort of shiny armor and stuff. I don't know. He's a really good colorist. And then the lettering's by Travis Lanham. So the cover's by Adam Kubert and Edgar Delgado, and it's really too bad because they have such talented artists, and this cover is really not good. Okay, this is literally probably, if not my least favorite, one of my least favorite in the whole series. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with Mary Marvel's chest. I'm a fan of that, but just as a cover itself, it's not good. It's so zoomed in on her, you can't even see her arms, and it leaves you kind of wondering what you're looking at first, right? Well, what it is, of course, is Mary Marvel zoomed in on her chest, and it's slowly changing from her white uniform into her black uniform. That could be a really cool transition if they just panned back a little bit. You know, at least let us see her face and arms for context. So really, talented artists, good idea, bad execution. It's just way too zoomed in. I honestly don't understand what they were thinking with this cover. It's atrocious. It's one of the worst covers ever. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with the first page, and right away, boom, this is Jamal Igle at his finest. And it's really a shame for people who only know of him from Twitter. This is how he opens his comic. You know, we got a beautiful cityscape, and really, if you can zoom in on things like just the way even like the people are standing, their stances, they're standing with the slope of the top of the building and everything, and it's just very well drawn. You often don't see this high quality of art really anymore. I mean, you do sometimes, but just not this often. The amount of effort he put into this, and every character's detail, and again, the cityscape, that isn't just traced or taken from stock. That's, you know, a nice little city he drew with a little harbor and everything. It's really pretty. So anyways, what's going on is all these characters just boom tubed to this Earth from the Earth in the previous issue, which went totally to heck and gone. So now that they're here, they think they're on their correct Earth, and instead of working together as they had been, a lot of them decide they were going to go off and check on their own loved ones and do their own thing. I mean, this whole series has been going for a long time, and they've been through some crazy stuff, so I don't really blame them for that. So Firestorm takes off. He says, well, if Olsen says this is our Earth, it's good enough for me, so he's going to go check on his stuff. At least he's nice about it. Unlike Jason Todd, who is a total jerk. Literally, he says, screw you all, in fact. All I've wanted is to be done with this cosmic anomaly garbage and get far away from the bunch of you. Gosh, that's kind of ironic considering how much cosmic anomaly stuff is still going on in DC. But anyway, he gets pissed off and leaves. He even takes off his mask, jumps down and leaves. And then Mary Marvel takes off. She's going to do her own thing. Jimmy Olsen, he's got his own crew along with Forager. He's going to go. So everyone's really splitting up and going their own way. Even, this part's too cool too. Old Harley Quinn and I think it's one of the Catwoman characters. But they leave and they meet up with Jason Todd. Did you see him there? It's like going my way. So I thought that was too cool. All right, so now we're getting into the big main part of the story. This is really the thing that kind of, I don't know. I actually don't really like what happens here. Primarily because it takes away and undoes a lot of what already happened in previous issues of this very same series. Ah, boy. So we'll get into it here. Again, the art's really phenomenal, though. I mean, even just an apartment, old Jamal Igle can make it look good. But anyways, Mary's at home. She's feeling all selfish, like, why did I ever work with those other heroes and stuff? She goes into her living room, and lo and behold, boom, look who's sitting there, Darkseid. Who would have thought, of all people? So it's pretty cool. She says Shazam and changes back, but, well, long story short, he tempts her. He has basically a Calypso's gem, so he can tempt her with that. She takes it, which is unbelievable because she's already had this whole redemption arc and got her powers back. She literally rescued the Greek gods, you know. Sure, she isn't fully powered, but it's still like she can fly and everything. Like, I don't think she would fall for this, but she does in the comic. And the next page, you get this beautiful full page, and it's just it's Hippolyta's reaction, because she can sense or feel that Mary is fallen. She has become Black Mary again. So, you know, and the level of detail in the background, you can see all these other Amazons working and building stuff, and it's just like, dude, you put so much work into just this one page of issue 4 of Countdown. Like, oh man. So anyways, the art in this just blows me away. There's a little bit of, I'll probably skip a few pages just so, you know, you have more incentive to go and get the issue yourself if you see it in a back issue bin or anything. But one group of heroes that left, they're kind of the challengers of the unknown, but we've got Donna Troy and Adam and Kyle Rayner and some others, but Black Mary Marvel shows up. So she's totally evil and corrupted now, unlike when she got her powers first from Black Adam and became Black Mary. That first go around, she was still sort of good, like she wrestled with it. Now she's just off the rails evil. And you really see it. Again, Jamal, his art style, you really see her expressions. She looks deranged and wicked. We get this really cool, though, really good fight scene because she's going full out with her powers. She fights them all. She fights Donna Troy, Kyle Rayner, and everyone else at the same time. I won't go through the whole thing, but that's really kind of where the issue ends. They're still fighting. It does end on kind of a cliffhanger, though, where she grabs one of them and takes off. So you'll have to read it to find out who Mary Marvel flew away with, but she stole somebody. So at the very, very end, there's a little bonus. It's The Origin of Ra's al Ghul. It's written by Scott Beatty, and Cliff Shang did the art. So just a cool little bonus at the end. That's 2 pages. And that's the end of the issue. I wish Mary Marvel hadn't turned evil, but aside from that, it's actually one of the best issues in the series. Especially recently, we've had some real bad issues. So issue number 4 is pretty solid. I didn't like the cover, though, and I didn't like Mary Marvel turning evil yet again, which unfortunately, they kind of had to do because it was already decided that she was going to be evil in Final Crisis. So they had to undo her redemption arc in Countdown to Final Crisis to make that work. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but you got to take the good with the bad in this issue, and the art and some of the story elements and characters really kind of saved it for me. But that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. Be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And as always, thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.
End of line.